Pupilla duplex is an extremely rare condition which is manifested as an abnormality of the eyeballs. More precisely, people who suffer from the condition have two irises and two pupils in the same eye. Basically, it looks like they have two eyes in one eyeball. There is very little available information on how this affects the individuals, because there are still no conclusive medical records about the disease. The rarest allergy in the world, aquagenic urticaria, can make a person's life extremely difficult, commonly known as the water allergy. The condition causes a painful rash at any part of the body which comes into contact with water. Any small amount of water causes a severe reaction. The level of sensitivity is so high that even tears or sweat can cause an aggressive outbreak. As the majority of our body is made out of water, it seems odd that an allergy to it would even exist, though it isn't a true allergy because it doesn't trigger a histamine response. There are some who develop itchy hives and welts even after mere minutes of water exposure. Many have speculated that the water itself is not the cause, but rather specific chemicals or impurities that are ubiquitous within water. However, even purified water can trigger a reaction among some. The so-called fish odor syndrome is an odd condition which causes the person to let out a heavy stench. What actually happens is that the person affected is unable to break down certain organic compounds. Unfortunately, the compounds in question are found in most foods. This results as a strong fish-smelling odor. Although incurable, the condition is manageable with certain diets. So far, there's only been one recorded case of a person suffering from the spatial orientation syndrome. Bojana Danilovic, a Serbian council employee, has a strange neurological condition which causes her to see the world upside down. Technically, she sees the world as it is, but her brain flips it while interpreting the information. No one can determine exactly how or why this happens, but Danilovic manages to lead a normal life by adjusting objects to suit her unique vision. Gastroschisis is a birth defect, which results in the placement of internal organs on the outside. This strange condition prevents normal organ development in the earliest stages, and as a result, the fetus abdomen doesn't close around the organs correctly, leaving some of the organs stuck on the outside of the body. Quite surprisingly, those babies who survive birth in this condition have high life expectancy, and with proper medical care, they are able to live without major complications. As the name itself implies, pain insensitivity is a condition which causes the person to be unable to feel any kind of pain. Although it sounds appealing, the results of this condition are potentially devastating. We often forget that the sole purpose of pain is to keep us alert and aware of malfunctions in the body. A person who feels no pain is unaware of any damage to internal organs, or the extent of any physical injury for that matter. Furthermore, without the pain barrier, people can scratch themselves, bite off their tongue, or even walk around on broken bones. Hypertrichosis, commonly known as the werewolf syndrome, is a condition which is thought of as the source of all of that frightening werewolf folklore. The unusual disease results in the overproduction of hair anywhere on the body, either covering up the person entirely or being concentrated on unusual spots on the body. The disease can affect anyone, regardless of gender or age, even infants. Surprisingly, there are a number of underlying conditions which cause this rare disease, rather than genetics. Progeria is an unfortunate disease which starts to manifest itself at the second year of life, which is when the affected child strangely starts resembling an elderly person, sharing in all of the characteristics of old age. The children start having achy joints and hips, wrinkles and spots on their skin, as well as a dangerous predisposition to heart disease and strokes, which sadly usually ends up killing them by the time they are teenagers. Riddling the skin with horrible warts, the so-called tree man syndrome is a disease like no other, manifested as growths resembling tree bark. The condition is the result of a very rare gene mutation. The mutation makes the skin particularly susceptible to HPV, which in turn causes the person to slowly become overgrown by the hideous incurable warts. Exacerbated by sunlight, the warts not only deform the person, but are also potentially lethal. Methemoglobinemia is a bizarre skin condition resulting in people resembling extraterrestrial or supernatural life forms because of their skin turning blue. What's behind this unusual change of color is actually the decreasing of blood oxygen levels. This rare hereditary disorder can luckily be cured, returning the skin back to its normal color.